story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fire. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight.
Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. Losing is not even fun.
All right, we are back for a league race. The Highline Racing Network League is kicking off once again tonight here in Richmond. It's going to be a wild one. It's definitely not the easiest to run Richmond in any of the NASCAR cars. Truck, no exception. With that said, though, we're going to be looking at 100 laps of green flag racing. Once again, we're looking at one stage tonight. I say again, one stage at lap 50. And at lap 50, the caution will come out. The 09 guys will get those laps back. However, we're also going to have caution windows throughout the course of the race. Those caution windows will be lap 15, lap 30. Then after the stage, lap 65 and lap 80, and then cautions as needed. But basically what's going to happen is, like I said, we're going to have those caution windows. So in between those time frames, if you get a lap down, get your car fixed, get back out there, get on track, try to stay up to speed, save as many laps as you can, and then you will get those laps back under the caution and at the stage break. All right, well, we're going to do our norm here tonight. We're going to bounce around the track, and we're going to take a look at several of these drivers and see who all we got. The big thing to look at tonight is this Richmond is not a free track. So there's probably a lot of guys that may not have this track. And Richmond's also a tough track to run. A lot of guys are going to be scared of it. But you know, if we end up with about 30 league drivers tonight, you know, that's going to be plenty. This is a tough track. Definitely a tough track to pull guys from. I know I'm not a fan of Richmond whatsoever. At least driving it. It's great, you know, on TV and in real life, but running it, whew, not so much. But in the meantime, we're going to be bouncing around. We're going to hop over here and get eyes on. We're We're going to get eyes on Nick Bauman. We're also, Nick Bauman here with Dark Horse Racing, currently in second place in the league in points. John Crosby there in the 73 as we're watching the 10 go around. John Crosby there in the 73. Good to see you out here, man. We got Grant Wesley in the house. Grant Wesley of SMT. Not sure how many teammates he's going to have tonight, as Evan Perry says he may or may not run tonight. Timothy Tyler's in the house here. Oh, Timothy Tyler getting too aggressive into the wall there in turn 2. We got Dark Horse's finest, Randy Showers here. Randy Showers in the 22 tonight, as he's coming through turn 4 as we speak. Good to see Randy out here as well. He's definitely been climbing the leaderboard. Brian Hebert here in the 87, white and green, CCNY driver. He's also been climbing the ranks here recently. Jerry Fassett of AWR sitting on pit road. Newest member of CNY Garage, Sebastian Michaels, formerly of Rust Belt Racing, has brought these two teams together. There's been a merger, and Rust Belt Racing is now falling under the CNY Garage banner, and along with driver Milbrand, linking up there with Brian Hebert and Michael Jennings. That's going to be a team to watch going forward, especially if they stay together into next season. We'll really see serious progression there for the CNY Garage team. Eric Hayden there in the 0-0. Looks like his paint livery is not coming through. Bouncing over, looking at Brandon Showers. Brandon Showers, son of Randy Showers. Here, Randy Showers has gotten a win this year. Son Brandon Showers has not, but he's been competitive in every race he's run in, and he is also Dark Horse tonight. Eli Zallo is he's kind of like that jack of all trades. He seems to run well everywhere we go. Like most drivers, he's unfortunate at times, gets caught up in other people's mess. But for the most part, Eli Zallo is a top-notch driver, running up front most of the time. He's definitely one to watch. We're really curious how well he can handle Richmond. And our last driver before we're going to move over to the we're going to go back here to Tristan Combs. Tristan Combs is coming out. We're going to cover 2 more drivers, and then we're going to go to episode 13. For all those of you that have not seen it just yet, we got episode 13 tonight for you guys right here on the Highline Racing Network. Good to see Tristan Combs coming out. Big-time A-class driver. Check in our reports on the 23. Says that Tristan Combs, they call him lightning. They say the dude strikes at any given moment, and he can launch from the back of any pack to the front. They're saying he's top notch. They're saying he's the guy that could potentially challenge the Dark Horse lead drivers tonight, Nick Bauman and Trevor Haley. Jim Segredo, the voice of Highline there. Looks like his livery's not coming through. Got Easton Collins here. Easton Collins in the Brandt truck tonight in 63. Good to see Easton Collins out here. He had a exhibition podium, 3rd place finish earlier this week in a Highline Racing Network race. Good to see Easton Collins out here. All right, guys, we're going to episode 13. So get ready. Here we go.
Welcome back to the show. Dover was amazing, and Dark Horse did not win this one. I am serious. We had 3 new podium finishers. Hey, Dan, show these race fans what's up.
I gotcha, girl. The Monster Mile was amazing. Sure, we had a big wreck early and lost a few drivers, but then it was a battle all night with some beautiful green flag racing. But not for LSH, as their lone car was disqualified before the race due to a modified rear spoiler. Let's head to Dover and hear from LSH's star driver about this.
Yeah, that was the last straw, man. Dave got the crew to make the change without my knowledge, so I am finished with them, and I'm signing with Average Joe Racing, baby.
Wow, what a change in the series as LSH has disbanded and have left the sport. AJR is getting a star in Alex Lebaugh as he has settled down and is climbing the leaderboards and gaining the respect of the league. We are going to show Stage 1 right after a quick break.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
The points leader, Trevor Haley of DHR, takes Stage 1, and he continues his reign of dominance. Check it out.
As he's on the middle of the backstretch, bringing it around to lap 30.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan.
Keep it up,
Trevor Haley.
I'll be quick.
Trevor Haley has captured Stage 1 right here in Dover on the Highline Racing Network, courtesy of Tommy Ryan. Wow.
Valentine's Day was a blast. Watching the O'Reilly series with my girl here was cool, but Sunday was what we were waiting for.
That's right, there's nothing that I love more than the Monster Mile. Babe, you knew this.
Well, I guess we should go ahead and take a coffee break. You heard it here. We are proud to support Horsepower Coffee. Stage 2 was no surprise as DHR's Nick Bauman brings home the points. Let's see how it all went down and catch a word with DHR's CEO.
We're at 59. Coming through turn 3. Looks like he's going to easily take Stage 2 right here in Dover in the 88.
Spin. Cause.
There it is. Dark Horse Racing picking up yet another stage win for Dark Horse Racing. Congratulations, Nick Bauman.
Look, guys, Trevor still has 2 more races to pick up a win, and I have faith. Y'all need to back off. He is already stressed enough as it is. No more questions.
Timothy Tyler sounded a little concerned even though he said he has faith. But let's get the scoop on the win. It was a newcomer show with Ryan taking the pole in 2nd place, SMT's Wesley taking 3rd, and the man, Connor Popplewell, taking the win.
We're going to come off a 4 right here, and it's going to be Haley with a big jump. Hebert again with not a great start. Both these restarts, Hebert has struggled, and it's Haley with the lead. Popplewell right there behind him, Ryan in 3rd. but he's back about 4 car lengths as Popwell looks to the outside of Haley, coming off of 2 down the back straightaway. Gonna take a look. Oh, Haley into the outside wall, catches the outside wall, goes down and bounces off the bottom, the infield wall, and that is gonna let Popwell to the front. Popwell and Ryan, 1 and 2s are gonna come across for the white flag.
Wow, white flag is out. Wow, so unfortunate for Trevor Haley going into the wall, but now what's going to happen with Connor Popplewell? White flag's out with Tommy Ryan right behind him. Grant Wesley of SMT there in third with Trevor Haley in fourth, still in the fight. But I think he's fallen off the pace, Chris. Brandon Showers there in sixth. As here it is. The race is over with Connor Popplewell taking the checkered flag right here on the Highline Racing Network at Dover. Wow, Connor Popplewell is a new driver.
Connor stepped up big tonight, winning his first race on the big screen. Let's get down to winner's circle.
This is amazing. I never would have thought I could be a part of this. We freaking won.
What a way to start your career on the Highline. Team owners are probably already making offers for the rookie phenom. Now to stats. The standings are taking fold as Haley and Bauman hold the top 2 spots. Yeah. But Haley has still yet to get a win.
Eric Hayden is in third, and Jerry Fassett of AWR is now tied with Corey Cook in fourth. Let's see how Richmond affects this.
And well, that's going to wrap up this week's episode of the show. We only have 3 weeks left, so you better get in while you can. Peace out.
All right. Well, that was episode 13. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Looks like we've had quite a few new additional drivers coming through. So we're gonna bounce around and catch some of these drivers once again. As we got Nick Bauman right here in the 13 tonight. Dark Horse Racing, second place in points. We're talking about a top-notch driver right here in the 13. Tristan Combs, not affiliated with a team that we know of, but you see him here tonight in the 23. We're gonna check our notes, our analysis of what we've been given on Tristan Combs in the 23. They say he's a hard charger. They say it never fails. He's gonna push. It says he's a great driver. He's an A-class driver that has a lot of upside. So we're going to be watching the 23 all night. John Crosby here in the 73. Good to see John. James Ringo. He's here with us now too. Sebastian Michaels, among the new CNY Garage drivers. Coming through in the 26. Matt Cook making an appearance tonight. Currently setting 20th with his top speed during practice. Here in the 8 car tonight. Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith has been starting to run with us more and more here recently. We really would like to get to know Caleb Smith a little bit better. Not sure if he's in the Discord or not, man, but if you're not, please get in the Highline Racing Network Discord, and I'd like to get you featured. I'd like to make sure we cover you, especially being that you're hanging out with us more lately. I'd like to know what team you're with, who you're affiliated with, if you've got teammates, all kind of stuff, man. We'll throw down a little special for you. Randy Showers in the 22. Randy Showers, Dark Horse Racing. Also on track with him tonight is his son, Brandon Showers. I really can't say who I would say is a better driver between these two guys. I feel like they're neck and neck. in skill level. I really do. Darnell Sabalo, he coming through again. He's been with us quite a few times here recently as well. He's another driver. We want to get to know more about you, man. Please reach out in the Discord. We got the captain. The captain of AWR is in the house. Currently showing teammates of the captain with AWR tonight on track. Jerry Bassett, Eric Hayden, The Voice, Jim Segredo, and Kyle Cameron. We got Hunter Hux. Hunter Hux is a C-Class driver that's coming through, making his stint in the Highline. Looking at reports on him, they say he's a patient driver, someone that can be trusted, someone that takes a push better than he gives. That's understandable. Guys getting used to things. Good to see Huck out here with us tonight. Oh, the 30's going around, causing the 32 there to check up. We got Chad Waller. Chad Waller's in the house. All right, well, we are going to go over. We're going to go over to our keys to success. Nah, we're not going to go to keys to success just yet. We're going to go to where we're at. We're at Richmond tonight, guys. So we're going to be looking at 3/4 of a mile D-shaped oval, 14-degree banking in the turns, 8-degree front stretch, and a 2-degree back stretch. It's an asphalt surface built in 1946, and for anybody that doesn't know, we'll be green flag racing by 8:30 Eastern. All right, now we're going to move over into keys to success. These are Pedley's keys to success here in Richmond tonight. And let's see what Pedley's has to say. Pedley says tire management. There's a potential for long green runs, especially as the field gets separated. So save the right tire. Don't burn it up early. Pedley says smooth corner exit. Roll the center, throttle up clean. Will spin, will kill your lap time. In third on the keys to success is track position. It says passing is tough at Richmond. Pit strategy matters more than speed. Well, now it's interesting. Like I said, our pit caution time frames are going to be at lap 15, lap 30. Of course, our stage break at lap 50, then 65, then 80, and then it'll be cautions as needed. And like I said, everybody will be afforded the opportunity during any of those cautions to get their laps back, or as many as they can. Given there's a crazy ordeal, a big wreck, something along the lines, I mean massive wreck right as we're getting ready to go, or if it just seems too detrimental to the integrity of the race, the admins will throw the caution, especially on restarts, if something like that occurs. Completely up to Jim Segredo and the other admins as to when that's utilized, if it's utilized. And last but not least, the pit road discipline. No speeding penalties. Fast, clean, 4-tire stop. They're calling for 4 tires. Not sure if that's what they're going to do, but that's definitely what they're calling for at the moment. All right, well, we're going to get back over here to the track, and we're going to take a look at some more of these drivers tonight. We're still currently set up on Daniel Waller here. Looking at Carl Williamson here at the moment. Carl, I don't have I don't have any information on Carl other than the fact that he is an A-class driver, unfortunately, along with Chad Oxendine. Chad is also an A-class driver. The youngster, Easton Collins, out here tonight in his 63. He is on the come up. He's got a podium finish earlier this week on the high line during some of the exhibition races. He's one of the few drivers out here that has a dedicated spotter. He's got the ostrich with him. That's right. He's got 8 and 8. Jerry Fassett on track. We catch up to him just in time to see him get wheel damage there. Jerry Bergeron. Everybody calls Jerry Bergeron Orange Jerry. We got Orange Jerry tonight. He's not listed with having teammates. So we've currently got him aligned with Brandon Taylor and Eli Zallo as the randoms. As you can see, they don't have a photo because they're the randoms. Now, if you want to be like, if you want to get up into the cool club, you know, if you want to be like the Brian Ebbers and those guys, you know, get us your roster, get us your logo, and we'll get it out there for everybody to see, just like these guys. Just like AWR has tonight. Jerry Bassett, Eric Hayden, Kyle Cameron, Jim Segredo. All right, we're gonna take a look at Easton Greer. Easton Greer, C-Class driver. Reports indicate he's a very, very competitive C-Class driver that runs in the front of most of his splits. So good to see Eric Greer here running with us. See what you can do tonight.
It's a good running tonight.
Who we got in there? Somebody in the chat with me?
Yeah, we got somebody in the chat with you. Pause it.
Oh, I can't pause it at the moment. Give me just a second. Give me just a second.
Update your trading paints.
Oh. Let's see. All right, well, we will go to a commercial break and see if we can't get that situated.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Before I had left turn lightning, I finished 18th. Now I still finish 18th, but way faster. Does it help with braking? Braking? We don't do that here. Left turn lightning energy fuel. Official drink of Highline Racing Network. Full send approved.
Turn it up. Let it in. Lights come on, the engine's humming low. Friday night, yeah, the whole town.
All right, we're back. We had a little bit of an issue where people's liveries were not showing, but the admin team came together and Highline Racing Network stepped up, got in touch with us, let us know, and it looks like we have got it situated now. So we're gonna bounce around and take a look at some of these trucks, I should say, as we're looking at Jerry Bassett here. As it looks like Jerry's coming through in a beautiful black Highline Racing Network car. Highline right across the hood and the TWRS all down the side. It looks beautiful. It really does. Now we're going to take a look at Benny Hogan. Benny Hogan's in the house there in the 35. Checking for old Jerry Bergeron. There's Jerry Bergeron back there. Pulled over. We got the CNY garage truck here. We thought he was white and green earlier, but we were all messed up as we're watching him get on the gas way too early there. Brandon Taylor back with us. Brandon Taylor brings the fans with him that time, man. Hopefully he's got some tonight. It looks like our points leader, trying to get eyes on the points leader here. Trevor Haley there in the 12. Looks like he is going into the garage at the moment. So we're going to jump over and take a look at Sam Hensley. But before we get too far into this, we're going to go ahead and we are going to get you guys going on this week's episode that we got down in the pits earlier here in Richmond. We went out and talked to a lot of the fans. We got a crew chief. Not too many of the crew chiefs wanted to talk to us this week for some reason. They say we twist their words. We just make up whatever we want. Well, I tell you what, that's not the case, you know. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead. We got that clip for you guys. Hope you enjoy it.
The race is going to go tonight.
Hell, Wilson in that 23 car has got this in the bag, baby. I guarantee that.
Wilson, hell, he can't win if Cato is not here. Justin is on a roll, so honey, get in line.
Yeah.
We are the biggest fans of Easton. Let's go, ATM, 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 ATM.
Man, CNY Garage just signed Michaels and Milbrand, so we are going to be serious contenders now. Let's go, boys.
Craig is going to get the dub today. Wrong girl. Wrong girl. Haley will get his first win today for sure.
Look, ADM is making all the right moves, and we were literally leading just yesterday. So if you're not working with us, get out of the way because we are coming.
If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal.
Yeah, I'm in the veins, feeling like a dark horse. Nothing can contain me. It'll impulse every race I'm taking.
All right, we are back with you. That was some of the fans and crew chief there of Easton Collins. We got to hear from a little bit there. This race is looking like it's gonna be pretty stout. We've got a full field. We set it at tonight, and it looks like it's gonna be an outstanding race. The only thing is how many people are gonna be patient? How many people are going to manage the car, not overdrive it, spin out every other turn? A lot of these trucks can easily wash up here. They really can. If you're not slowing down, you cannot overdrive these turns whatsoever. If you do overturn, drive, go too fast here in these turns, it's gonna be a race killer. It really will. About so before we're going to have a green flag drop. Well, I tell you what. Looking at chat, not a whole lot going on in the chat at the moment, so we're going to make it known, just like we do every race. Highline Racing Network, if you got fans, if you got people that support you, all it takes is people hopping in the chat, shout out you, the driver. We're going to do what we can to get you on the big screen, and we'll definitely be trying to showcase you as much as we can. Obviously, the leader is definitely going to be priority at times. We're going to, throughout the course of the race, we're going to bounce around. We're definitely going to try to show as many drivers as we can, if not all. With that said, like I said, if somebody pops up in the live chat here and is calling out you, the driver, we're going to get you on. We're going to show you. So, by all means, even if it's you, the driver, watching the race, man, you want to shout out yourself, go ahead, man. We'll get you on the big screen. We got Drew Warren here in the Milwaukee 44 car tonight. Michael Lounsbury here running. Looks like he's got the 1 potentially on the side of his car. Eli Zallo, taking a look at him here for a moment. Eli Zallo been running with us quite a bit. We're going to go over a few more of we're going to go back over some of our team graphics again. As you can see, he's linked up with the randoms. Let's see, Nick Bauman, Dark Horse Racing, dominating the Highline Racing Network series currently with Trevor Haley and Nick Bauman 1 and 2. And then they've also got other drivers that sporadically have come and run in the Highline Racing Network. Ethan Moreno, he's got a win or 2. Juan Escamilla's got 4 wins. He's been kind of missing in action here lately. Let's see. The AWR drivers tonight, Jerry Fassett, they're in the 71. Eric Hayden in the 00. Kyle Cameron, the captain, he's running in the 55. And the voice, the Jet, Jim Sagridu. Jim says he's probably not going to spend much time racing tonight. He's probably going to stick to race control. But we'll see. Guys change their mind. No, not a big deal. Those guys are going to make sure everything that needs to be taken care of is taken care of. I'm absolutely confident in that one way or another. And Dark Horse really strong tonight with Nick Bauman, Trevor Haley, Brandon Showers, the CEO of Dark Horse, Timothy Tyler, and Randy Showers. As we are coming up to about 4 minutes before the green, or before qualifying, I should say. I'm actually all messed up here, guys. Qualifying is getting ready to start, but we're about 4 to 5 minutes away from a green flag drop tonight. Looking at the schedule, this week, we're almost done with the inaugural season of the Highline. As you can see, here we are tonight for 100 laps at Richmond. Our next 2 races will be super speedways, as we'll be at the iRacing Super Speedway next Sunday for 75 laps, followed by our final race, our championship race of the year, will be March 8th in the Gen 6, our favorite car, for 100 laps at Dayca, baby. Well, looks like everybody's starting to gear up for qualification. So I do believe we are going to, get situated here, get ready for the national anthem. I think we're going to go ahead. Looks like the national anthem, they are ready to go ahead and knock this out now before weather rolls in. So we're going to go ahead and get the national anthem going. These guys are going to continue to qualify. It's going to be a great time. But get to your feet. It's national anthem time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. National anthem is complete. Getting my hat put back on right now. Getting ready for this green flag drop here very soon. It looks like we are still under a practice at the moment. We did get started a little bit later tonight than we normally do, as it looks like just now we are actually we're swapping over into the qualifying now as we speak. So we're actually going to get some eyes on some of these guys that we expect that is probably going to run up front. We do believe Trevor Haley is going to run a very, very fast time. We are hoping to catch Trevor Haley as he's going out for his qualifying run. As Trevor Haley of Dark Horse Racing heading out, we're going to watch our points leaders qual lap tonight and see how exactly the master does it. The only thing that has eluded Haley this season is the checkered flag. He's the points leader. The guy is killing it, but he's winless. He's only got 3 more weeks, counting this week, to pick up that first win. Hopefully we get it. As we got the qualifying leaderboard up at the moment. Watching Trevor Haley come through. Trevor Haley just like that with a 21.86 and a pole, but then Bryson Myers coming out of nowhere, beating the champ, Trevor Haley. Wow, that was something else. All right. Nick Bauman as he's coming around. Nick Bauman, another driver expected to push out a very good qualifying time. Waiting to see what Nick Bauman throws down. I expect it'll be top 5. It's looking like Nick Bauman not doing as good as we were anticipating, at least on his first lap there. See what comes through here. And just like that, he never disappoints with a 21.84 coming in right now at second, beating out Trevor Haley, his teammate, moving him back to third. Chat's still kind of quiet. Really curious to know who you guys are pulling for. Let us know. Looking at our podium, guys, for the pole here, as Bryson Myers will be starting on pole with Nick Bauman in second, Trevor Haley in third. John Crosby, though. John Crosby is indeed coming in fourth there in the 73. Waiting to see these guys grid. All right, some of these guys are still just finishing up their qualifying lap. It's gonna be a good one tonight, though, I promise you. We talked about this earlier, but once again, we're gonna look at the keys to success. Remember, like I said, Headley says, manage your tires. Really look and try to make sure you have that smooth corner exit. Roll that center, man, and throttle up clean. Track position. Passing's going to be tough here. You know, pit strategy is going to matter probably more than speed because all of these races are definitely fuel strategy races. Everybody's got 27% fuel tonight. And then pit road discipline. You cannot afford to have speeding, and you're more than likely going to need to take 4 tires tonight, guys. As these guys are gridding up, we're going to try something new tonight. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to do our grid roll through here. All right, in row 1, we got Bryson Myers and Nick Bauman. We got Trevor Haley and John Crosby, row 2. In row 3, Eli Zallo and Sam Hensley. Row 4, Zach Smith and SMT superstar Grant Wesley. In row 5, Brandon Taylor and Steve Cigars. In row 6, we got Drew Warrens and Brandon Showers of Dark Horse Racing. In row 7, Jerry Pegleg Fassett and the CEO of Dark Horse, Timothy Tyler. Row 8, Matt Cook and Stephen Taylor. Sebastian Michaels and Jamie Perorty. In row 9. Row 10, Kyle Cameron, the captain of AWR, and Darnell Sabala. We got row 11, represented by Brian Everett and Hunter Hucks. Row 12, Eric Hayden of Pettis Garage, AWR Phenom. And then in Clay Sartine. Row 13, Randy Showers of Dark Horse and Eric Greer. And we're going to get ready to go back on with the leaders here. As it looks like we are going to take a look here. Looks like we're not going green just yet. So we got Jerry Bergeron and Jim Segrito in 14. Easton Collins and Hunter Kent in 15. Jackson Connell and Daniel Owen, row 16. Tristan Combs and Michael Lounsbury, 17. In 18, Benny Hogan and Jacob Johnson. Carl Williamson and James Ringo, row 19. Row 20, Bob Eldred and Chad Oxidine. As we're going live right here on the Highline Racing Network in Richmond, as Bryson Myers and Nick Bauman are leading the way. This is going to be a hard-fought race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Looking like Nick Bauman is holding strong right now as he's battling with his teammate Trevor Haley. But Bryson Myers leading the pack with Trevor Haley content at the moment. Bryson Myers, a relatively new driver. We don't have a lot of statistical information other than he's a very strong A-class driver. Looking at our notes and analysis, like I said, not a whole lot on Bryson. They do say that he is known for getting top pole positions. We'll definitely agree to you there as he pulls it tonight in the high line here on Richmond. As Trevor Haley really up on the door, pushing him up, it looks like. As Trevor Haley making his move there on the inside in the Red Bull 12. As Trevor Haley is now taking the lead. We hope all you guys enjoyed the chant we had going there. You don't want to go to war with a soldier. we felt like it was kind of fitting as we're coming into a war zone tonight in Richmond. It's going to be a battle all night. As Bryson Myers takes back his position. Looks like we've got an indication of a Matt Cook crash. We're going to go back and take a look at it. Got it on Matt Cook here as he's coming around. See what he does there in the 8. Looks like a guy gets in the wall in front of him. It causes him possibly to check up a little bit, and off he goes and around. Looked like a solo car incident, but his truck has taken some serious damage. That's definitely going to be a fast repair as we're going back live. Bryson Myers, Trevor Haley, Nick Bauman, Sam Hensley. Sam Hensley there. Being tracked as 31 tonight, but he's got a 4 on the door. Holding 4th place with John Crosby. John Crosby there in the 73, right behind him. Looking at our chat. Looks like Easton does not have a spotter tonight, but it looks like his spotter, the ostrich, Aiden, is cheering him on. I want to know from the ostrich, who do you think is going to win tonight? You cannot pick your driver. You cannot pick your driver. I want to know who you think is going to win. These guys are holding clean right now as we've got 7 cars, it looks like, on the pretty much in a straight line as they're fading to the top, dropping down in the corners, but Trevor Haley looks like he touches that wall with that right rear corner. Not sure if Trevor Haley has got any side damage there or not. Looks like Bryson Myers is coming up on a lap car. Looks like he's coming up on Easton Collins as we speak. Easton Collins has fallen down a lap here. Looks like he might be struggling a little bit with the difficulty of driving Richmond as he's in the wall there.
Yeah, did my radio sound bad?
And our caution window has hit. Remember, this is not for a stage. This is simply for a caution. If there's a wreck, it is going to allow guys like Easton get that lap back, and then we're going to do it again up to 30 with our stage break at lap 50. As we're going to bounce around and take a look at some of these cars, show a little love. So we got Zach Smith here. Zach Smith there in the DuPont 37. Brandon Taylor not far behind, right there in the 5 car. Old Hunter Hucks coming through there in the 32. Looks like we've lost Chad Oxendine early. We're going to bounce back up here to Sam Hensley. A lot of guys down pit lane at the moment. We're going to kind of see if we catch any of these guys. It's like Bryson Myers might have made it out first there. 24, possibly over. Didn't have the greatest pit stop. You can still see these guys going around still. They're getting those laps back. They'll come around. They'll get their cars. They'll go through pit road, get fueled up, get their tires changed, what have you, and then they'll be back out on track shortly. But we're going to take a look while we're here. We're going to go ahead and look at. We're going to go ahead and look at our. We're going to look at our pit stop stats. See what kind of tires people took. Like Bryson Myers elected to only go with 2. Zach Smith, wow, only fuel. Trevor Haley and Nick Bauman, you know, they're following true to the, you know, to the keys to success here is they're taking 4 tires. I believe 4 tires is going to prove, you know, really beneficial to those dark horse drivers, but we'll see. We'll see how Bryson Myers, who's been up front all night, let's see if he's able to maintain his position with only taking 2 tires, as Nick Bauman and Trevor Haley have taken all 4. And we're going back green here. Coming around, we'll be going back green. And we're back off with Matt Cook and Bryson Myers leading the way. Trevor Haley right there on the inside with them fresh tires. I told you it was going to be a factor. As Trevor Haley is really working it right now. Bryson Myers being tracked as 39, but in the one truck tonight. We're really going to see how Bryson's able to manage. It looks like he's still doing very well on the outside with, but we got to remember he only took 2 tires, so where he's at right now is probably beneficial. Trevor Haley, of course, took 4, but you know, you got to think about it. Trevor's wanting to get out in front of him so he can start running the same line. He wants to get down in the corner, but drift all the way to the wall coming out. Trevor's losing valuable tire in the meantime. He's really going to have to try to get out in front. But it might happen here shortly as Bryson Myers' tires start to wear a little more, especially with only getting those 2. Nick Bauman, though. Nick Bauman looks like he's trying to get in the action. Nick Bauman there in 8. Oh, as we see Bryson Myers get into the wall, and this has opened the door. Trevor Haley is overtaken, and his teammate, Nick Bauman, is now on the inside battling for P2. Is Nick Bauman, who also took 4 tires, is Nick going to be able to overtake Bryson Myers right now? Right now, it's pretty tight. It only takes the slightest of a mistake, as you can see with Bryson Myers. Lost up a little more than he anticipated. Looked like he just touched the wall there with that rear quarter panel, and he's back in action. I told you guys we were going to have a battle tonight. As we're coming up on our next caution window, right on. We're right on the bumper here with Trevor Haley as he's flying through. We're going to watch as he overtakes the 32 Hunter Hux as Trevor Haley gets in the wall. Trevor Haley gets in the wall, and Bryson Myers is taking it on the inside. He's making his move. Watching Bryson Myers come through. Looks like Bryson Myers is going to take inside dominance here. I'm not sure if Bryce has the tire, though, to be able to manage the inside line like that. I think if Trevor Haley keeps him down, it's probably going to prove beneficial.
Caution.
But there we
Cold
are
water
at
pressure,
our
temperature right there.
next caution window. Trevor Haley beats him to the line there. So Trevor Haley will be able to go into the pits first. I want to remind everyone of if you're out here driving, if you got friends, family, what have you, we're looking at chat again. You see some guys shouting out Dark Horse. Absolutely, man, shout them out. It goes without saying you're gonna see Dark Horse on the big screen for sure, being at the running up front. But we're definitely gonna get eyes on all the drivers for those guys. And if you've got a driver, you want to get some eyes on them, let us know. We'll try to get them on the big screen for you. As we're watching the lead pack come down pit road right now, waiting to see if any of these guys overshoot their pit, slide, spin out. It's never good for the driver when that happens, but I can't lie. When you're broadcasting, it's hilarious when you see it. Well, it looks like we got a few drivers getting laps back. See if we can't get eyes on Easton Collins here. Easton Collins currently a lap down, driving without his trusted spotter in the Ostrich A&A. Hey man, it's all about nicknames, man. A lot of these guys got nicknames. I'll go over a few with you. Let's see. You got Easton Collins here. Let's see who's some. We got Jim Segredo, also known as the Voice, as well as the Jet, as he's running race control tonight. Big shout out to Jim. Kyle Cameron, everybody knows as the captain. Nick Bauman, they call him Mr. Talladega. The guy's probably won more there than anybody I know. We got Brandon Taylor in here, the firecracker. Light's still on, so we can still show a couple more. We got Peg Leg and Jerry Fassett here in the 71. I love that truck, man. It's my favorite one, I think, on the track tonight. Something about the numbers. Eric Aiden, AWR, running the Pedley's garage truck. His nickname's Big E. Got Sebastian Michaels here. Everybody calls him Anime. Looking around, I'm not recognizing too many more that I know nicknames for. As we're going back green with Brandon Showers and Trevor Haley, both of Dark Horse leading the way. As Brandon Showers really making moves here. Really curious to see if Brandon Showers took tires at all. Something tells me he did not. We're going to take a look at the pit stop stats really fast. As we can see, it shows right there, Brandon Showers took no tires, which allowed him to beat a lot of these guys off. And he's out here in the front. But as you can see, not having those tires are already showing to be cautious. As Trevor Haley is just flying. Now you see Bryson Myers coming through. Look at Bryson. Bryson didn't mess around this time. He learned his lesson. He took 2 tires this time. Trevor Haley, though. Trevor Haley figuring maybe he can go with the 2 tires here. We'll see what happens. I just have a feeling that if Trevor and Bryson do this, how is it going to play towards the end of the race? Or who's going to jump and who's going to switch off? Because we got indications of a crash of Darnell Sabala, so we're going to go back and take a look. We're going to rewind that just a tad. I want to go into we're going to go into it here so we can see. Looks like he might have got touched here. We're going to take it quarter speed. He does. He gets touched right there in a critical area. That's one of those things that will really kill a race. I'm not sure, but that last little bump that he took off of the 5 there might have actually saved him. You know, Brandon, but then he just gets into the 26 of Sebastian Michaels. And we've got a wreck. We're going to bring it back one more time for you guys, let you see it in full speed and at a different angle. And then we're going to go back live because we've got a great battle up front. All right, we're going to watch it here. Wow, looks like the 26 actually got loose first and got into Darnell. Apologies. It's amazing the things you see from a different angle at times. All right, we're going back live. We are back with Trevor Haley up front. Rehash our top 5 at the moment. It says Tim, we're being told in the chat that Tim Tyler's nickname is Careful. Something tells me that's not true. Not that Tim Tyler's bad. I just feel anybody that runs in Dark Horse, they can't be careful. These guys are daredevils. These guys are fighters. These guys are hellions. At the end of the day, they're proven winners, though, as he's running around. Right now, we got eyes on Timothy Tyler. We're at lap 44, though. Our lone stage of the evening is fast approaching at lap 50 with Trevor Haley barreling it down up front. We got an indication of Matt Cook and a Brandon Showers crash as well. We'll try to get back and get eyes on at least one, maybe 2 of those. Bryson Myers trying to fight through the lap traffic at the moment. Losing pace with Trevor Haley there. As you can see, there is a significant gap between our leader and second now. We're on board here with the Highline Chopper watching our leader. We're lap 47. I'm going to go on board here. Currently on board with Bryson Myers. Try to see if we can't see. Oh, we got one. Looks like he might have gotten loose in the turn or trying to get into the pits there. We potentially may have had a guy trying to pit and may have missed it. That pit road sneaks up on you quick there. As we are coming to our stage right now, as Trevor Haley is coming through turn 2 with Bryson Myers right on him. Is Bryson Myers going to be able to make a move and take the stage? It looks like he is not, as Trevor Haley's coming through turn 4 right now. Trevor Haley's going to take stage 1 right here on the Highline Racing Network in Richmond. Great run there by the 12 car of Trevor Haley. Outstanding finish. We're going to jump back as we promised. And we're going to get eyes on the Jamie Porty crash and see what happened with him there. There he is in the 33 coming around. We're going to see what happens here with him. Oh, wow. The 24 is actually wrecking out in front of him there. Of Eli Zallo, it looks like. No, that's not. We have more than 124 showing up on track tonight. But we definitely seen how bad that was. Let's see what happened with Brandon Showers here. Brandon Showers was indeed the 24, being tracked as the 10 as he's going around. Gets loose there in the turn. Who knows? I'm not sure what his tire situation was at the time. Matt Cook will catch the action on Matt Cook. Something tells me Matt Cook might be that 8 Budweiser car. Indeed. Watching him come through. Nowhere to really go right there. Tried to get high like the rest of them. Easton Collins definitely tore up in the same incident as well. As we're going to get back live here. Look like Randy Showers and the Dr. Pepper making it out front. See what we got here. Lap leaders tonight, Trevor Haley with 27 and then Bryson Myers with 21. Not much between anybody else, as Randy Showers is picking up a few laps led as we speak under caution, as he certainly came out. He only took 2 tires, so he jumped some spots here. Looking at our leaders, top drivers, it looks like Nick Bauman showing up. He's also got, he took 4 as well. As the pace car's lights are out. So we're going to be going green here soon. See if Easton Collins is getting caught up. He's got his car fixed. Brian Hebert there, CNY.
Green flag.
As we are back green, and we are on the move. Bryson Myers there on the outside of Randy Showers. These guys are going to be battling, it looks like now, for a minute as Trevor Haley and company get caught up. The 22, Dr. Pepper, is also a dark horse driver. Oh, and just like that, he got overzealous and he's going around. He's out in the grass. He's in the grass as we're going up to Bryson Myers, who's now in the lead. Bryson Myers. Zach Smith. I apologize. John Crosby in second. Now Zach Smith in third. Nick Bauman picking up fourth. And Sam Hensley rounding out our top 5 at the moment. got eyes on here with Bryson Myers as he's coming through turn 2. Bryson Myers is really proven to be the most significant driver tonight in regards to challenging Dark Horse. John Crosby, no slouch as well, as he's run up front all night as well. But whereas Trevor Haley has dropped all the way to 9th place currently, we're going to look at our biggest gainers of the evening here. Our biggest gainers of the evening so far is Jerry Bergeron. Jerry Bergeron up 14 spots as we've got eyes on Jerry there. Jerry Bergeron there in the 1. Looking at repairs tonight, Kyle Cameron. Wow, he must have forgotten a fast repair on, as he's now suffered 8 minutes in the pits. We're being told it's a long story regarding the nickname of Timothy Tyler being named Careful. A beautiful, beautiful clear night here. It really is. As you can see, looking at weather tonight, we're looking at a wind 9 miles per hour, blowing northeast, clear with 28% humidity. We've got a track temperature of 72 degrees. It's a wonderful, wonderful night for racing. As I want to remind everyone, lap 65 is the caution window. So we should be looking at a caution here coming any moment if there was a wreck. It looks like we did not, under the circumstances, have a caution. So we will be going to lap 80. We're up to 68 out of 100 as it looks like John Crosby may want to try to make a move as he gets in the wall. That's going to slow him back on his chase for the lead. We got an indication of a Stephen Taylor crash. We're going to jump back and see it. Stephen Taylor there in the 46. There on the inside. Looks like he's just going to be too hot going into the turn. Washes up, sending Eli Zallo up all the way towards the wall. Really fortunate that he comes down where he does and doesn't really affect too many other drivers. So that is very, very lucky at the moment. As we're going to take that back one more time and we'll take it full speed. from Sebastian Michael. See if he gets through here. All right, here we go, Stephen Taylor. Way too hot coming into the turn there. Really, really fortunate he didn't get into the 24 as he came back down. As we're back live with 28 laps to go here on the Highline Racing Network. We do have 3 green white checkers tonight. However, our caution window is at lap 80. Looking at the leaderboard. Still Myers, Crosby, Hensley, Smith, and Bauman in the top 5 with Taylor, Warren, Wesley, Haley, and Bergeron rounding out the top 10. Trevor Haley not making any ground just yet. As we're currently sitting here on the gyro with Bryson switching out. Looks like we've got one car going into pit now. Bryson Myers and John Crosby still holding strong. Eyes on Eric Caden here as Eric's coming through turn 4. Matt Cook does not look like he's with us anymore. Easton Collins currently 3 laps down. Really struggling here in Richmond tonight. Stephen Taylor also 2 laps down. Looking for Steve Seegers. Steve Seegers, he's heading down pit road. We're back on board with Myers as he starts to get loose there in 3, coming out on 4. As he's going to take us to the white flag leading up to our caution window at lap 80. As Bryson Myers now through turn 2. Bryson Myers taking us to the caution window. Still no caution. We're going to let you guys take a look here. We're going to converse with the admin team really quick to see what's going on, what the plan is. All right, we were able to converse with Race Control. Race Control confirmed that based on rule, it was one single car incidents that we did see for the most part there. Definitely not what we would consider enough to stop the race. So the race stays green, which is outstanding. We do have an indication of a Kyle Cameron crash that's involved Eric Greer. We're going to take a look at. Kyle Cameron. We're going to go full speed here for this. Kyle just gets loose in the turn there, up into the wall.
Save a little fuel.
It's like rear gets into him. We'll see a Timothy Tyler crash as well before we go to a quick commercial break. We're going to have to bring that one back. And we're going to take that one full speed. It's Timothy Tyler there. I love the colors of that white and purple. Looks like he just gets put in a tough situation there. Not a whole lot of places to go, and then just gets clipped there by the 24. Luckily for him, it's not really significant. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, we had a little bit of an issue there with the commercial. Not a big deal though. We're back live now as Grant Wesley has now moved up front. Looking at our pit stop stats, it looks like Grant Wesley may have only taken 2 tires. Does indeed, only took 2 tires. Nick Bauman, Trevor Haley, John Crosby, Jerry Fassett, all 2 tires as Jerry Fassett now moving into the top 5. Jerry Fassett, AWR, there in the 71. This time around, we will be going green. Well, we got eyes on Grant Wesley there, who is an SMT superstar. Currently out here alone. No Matt Brown, no Evan Perry. All by him lonesome, trying to battle the likes of Dark Horse and AWR. CNY Garage. Wow, I mean, he's really at a disadvantage. But up front, as he's taking us back green right now, and we are off with 12 laps to go here in Richmond on the Highline Racing Network. Looking at chat, they're cheering on Tim Tyler. Looks like it might be his wife. Says she's got all the love in the world for her husband. Absolutely, that's the way it should work around. Nick Bauman there on the high side as he's battling it out with Grant Wesley. John Crosby in tow.
Caution.
Oh, and the caution is out as we got a Sebastian Michaels wreck. As we are going to get back and see it right now. Sebastian Michaels there in the 26. Looks like Jerry Fassett gets loose and Sebastian Michaels just nowhere to really go there. Just gets right into him. People just being too aggressive on these colder tires, if you will. And we are back. We're back live on board here as we're looking at Nick Bauman. Nick Bauman there with the K Bueno Racing Network across the banner. K Bueno, a top-notch broadcasting organization. They run the four-wide they run in the, or I should say they broadcast the four-wide series, and all these dark horse drivers, they run in that. It's a top-notch series, it really is. Grant Wesley back there representing the camping world. John Crosby with the Traeger across the hood. And our points leader, Trevor Haley, here in the Red Bull. Speaking of points leaders, we're going to go ahead and pull up our points for the season. As you can see, Trevor Haley leading by 105 points over Nick Bauman. But the key thing to look at here is you can see Trevor Haley has 0 wins. Nick Bauman does have 1. Eric Hayden coming in 3rd at the moment. He also has 0 wins. Corey Cook was able to manage a win. Jerry Fassett also tied with him, does not have a win. And then Randy Showers has 1. And Juan Escamilla, who was our points leader and favorite to win, he has not been able to race as of late, so he has fallen back. I don't think he's going to be able to manage a top 10 at the rate he's going. It's really unfortunate because he was definitely set to get the inaugural Highline Racing trophy this season. As the lights are out, so we will be going green this time by. I want to remind everyone that we do have 3 green-white checkers if we need them. At the pace we're going, I do believe we're going to at least use 1. As Nick Bauman and Grant Wesley are going to lead us back green, taking us to lap 94. Right here on the Highline Racing Network in Richmond on a beautiful night. Nick Bauman up to the top really, really quick. Grant Wesley dropping back. Looking at our lap leaders, Bryson Myers destroying everybody with 49 laps, practically half of the race. Technically 3/4 of the race. At this point, I would say. We're close to, anyways. Because John Crosby has been doing great work all night. Biggest current gainers right now is Randy Showers. Randy Showers there in 8th position, up 17, along with Jerry Bergeron just a couple spots back as he's up 16 spots. As we're going to bring it back to the ticker. As we're up to lap 98. Lap 99. As we're 2 laps to go, right now it's saying Nick Bauman is going to be taking us on the final lap right here on the Highline Racing Network, as he's now on the inside. He's got it on the outside. John Crosby back there behind him. Trevor Haley, nowhere to be seen. He's not going to be able to make it. And Nick Bauman is picking up his second win in the Highline Racing Network. Nick Bauman coming through big time right at the end of the race to take the victory in the Napa car. Wow. I got to tell you, Nick Bauman come through. I didn't think Nick Bauman had it in him tonight, the way the race was kind of going, but the last 10 laps, he just kicked it into gear, fought hard, and I feel bad for Trevor Haley once again. Trevor Haley coming up short one more time. We're going to take a look at our podium, guys, right now, as we got Trevor Haley there on the burnout right here in Richmond as he's taking the checkered flag. Our podium finishers there with Nick Bauman, P1, Bryson Myers, P2, and John Crosby. Much respect, John Crosby. You held it up front all night long, pulling in the P3. That's Nick Bauman for you. That's John Crosby, and that's Bryson Myers. We're looking at the chat, see if any of these guys are going to be looking for some of these guys to get into the waiting room. You guys get into the waiting room so we can get an interview. We're definitely going to try. We're going to pull up our results page now. And looking at the results, Nick Bauman with the win with only 13 laps led. Oh, let's see. Our hard charger for this evening is Randy Showers, up 17 spots, finishing P8 tonight. The most laps led, of course, our P2 finisher, Bryson Myers, coming through strong. Trevor Haley, Dark Horse's finest, our points leader in the league, coming with a 21-7. Trevor Haley still getting a top 5 finish as well, coming in at P4. Sam Hensley, P5. And our pole position winner, who also will get additional points for that, as well as laps led. Like I said, Bryson Myers killing it tonight. We do have Nick Bauman. We have Nick Bauman in the chat, so we're gonna get him in, and we're gonna get a word with him really quick. Let's see if we can get a hold of Nick Bauman here. All right, Nick Bauman coming, and we'll bring in Trevor Haley, his teammate and points leader as well. All right, we've got Trevor Haley, our points leader, and his teammate, our winner tonight, pulling in his second win of the season, Mr. Talladega, Nick Bauman. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Tommy.
Man, that was a great win. You may or may not have heard me say on the chat or on the broadcast there, I didn't think that you were going to be able to come through and get this win tonight based off of kind of like how the race was going. And then all of a sudden you just come out of what felt like nowhere, and you're right there in contention for the win. And, it's yours for the taking there at the end. And Trevor Haley, still not able to pull a checkered flag this season. Has only got 2 more chances. Still pulls a P4 after leading quite a few laps. But man, it was impressive. And what was your take on the race here in Richmond? Is it something you would recommend we do again, Nick?
Excuse me. Yeah, I'd definitely say do this again. They call me Mr. Talladega, but I'm much rather do short tracks and road courses and that kind of stuff. I just find it way more fun, saving tires, be able to pass people.
I hear that.
And having different strategies.
Yeah, the strategies were definitely at play tonight. We saw it early on where Bryson, and I guess this is more of a question for you, Trevor, but we saw early that Bryson took on that first pit stop for you guys. He ended up only taking 2 tires, whereas you took 4. And real quick, like, you were able to overtake him. You were able to kind of gain a little bit of a dominance there on the inside, and eventually you overtook him when he touched the wall. But did you think that the 4 tires over the 2 tires was as significant as it was making it look as we watched tonight, Trevor?
No, I kind of knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take 2 right before the stage.
Gotcha.
That's how I jumped him there.
Yeah, but it, at early on when you guys your very first pit stop, not necessarily the stage, your first pit stop, when Bryson was leading and he finally got into the wall and you were able to completely overtake there for a while. At that point, I don't know if you know this or not, but you took 4 tires leading up to that, and he only took 2. And like I said, real quick, like you were able to jump out and really challenge him there. And then we saw later where Nick Bauman took 4, Bryson took 2 again, and Nick was able to really jump up and get on the inside. To me, it just like every time you guys took 4 tires, you were definitely a stronger truck out there tonight.
Yeah, 4 is always better than 2, but you also want to have that track position too. So it's kind of a balance there.
Absolutely. But like I said, we've seen a lot of guys. We've seen like Grant Wesley, some of these guys, that didn't take tires there towards the end at all. They jump up quite a few spots, but within the first turn, they're already falling back with all the guys that had the stronger tires there. But Nick Bauman picks up his 2nd win of the season. So we'll wrap up the talks with you guys, and we'll let Trevor, if you got any shout-outs you want to give, we'll let you give them now, and then we'll move on to Nick.
Yeah, just thanks to everybody watching. Thanks for all the admins and you setting all this up, and thanks to all my teammates, and yeah.
Outstanding. Nick Bauman, our winner tonight here in Richmond. The floor is yours right here in Winner's Circle, man.
I just want to give thanks to all my teammates, Carter, Timothy. He had a trying race tonight, but it was good to see him on track. And thanks to all the guys that put this on, you for broadcasting, Jim for running the race. And yeah, everybody for watching.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we'll get you guys moved down. We'll get the stats updated here shortly. I don't know. I think unless Trevor misses a race, I don't see anybody catching him at this point. All right, guys. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.
Hey, you too.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we do not have Bryson Myers in here. So we'll go recap one more time our final results of the evening. Nick Bauman with 13 laps led, first place. Bryson Myers right behind him in second. John Crosby picking up P3. Randy Showers up 17 spots for our Hard Charger Award as he's representing Dark Horse Racing. And our most laps led, 49 laps for our P2 finisher, Bryson Myers. Fastest lap of the evening, 21.794 by Dark Horse's finest. And our points leader, Trevor Haley. And once again, P2 finisher, Bryson Myers picks up P2. And we will go over all the final results, let you guys see those before we kill the broadcast. And we will remind you that we'll be at iRacing Super Speedway next Sunday. Hope to see each and every one of you out there as well. Let's see. Our results there. All right, let's see. That'll take us up through P18. Let's see. Well, it looks like that is probably going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're not going to take it all the way through all of these. You got the ticker going across the top there. You can definitely see all of that. We're going to get all the standings updated. We'll get all of that, and we'll get all of it pushed out on Discord, and it'll be represented right here in the broadcast next week. So on behalf of Highline Racing Network, I'm Tommy Rogers, and we'll see you next Sunday for iRacing Super Speedway.
Please don't leave. Woo! See y'all next week. Woo!
Yeah, I'm in the veins, feeling like a dark horse. Nothing can contain me. Hit 'em and pause. Every race I'm taking, you know what I leave a coast. Counting all the wins, it's me they love the most.